Do you think this is too much still?
No, it's way
I
better.
have to be able to see an outline.
No, you're
I'll do
good.
this here too.
Oh, careful. It feels tricky.
Better?
Better.
All right. We are back
Yes.
for another episode of Angst. Thank you guys for tuning in, listening, watching.
Vibing.
However you bring it in. Yeah, vibing 100%.
100%.
Thank you for matching the vibes. They are immaculate.
Yeah, I feel like they're good this week.
Yeah, I think the energy in the room is good.
Yeah.
I woke up feeling like my body was 1,000 miles away from my head. But, trying to make sense of that.
Did you connect the two?
We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. After a lot of ridicule from mostly just people that live in this house, I've toned down the technology and the apparatus in which I
Was hiding behind. Say it.
was comfortable in.
You were hiding behind
Not
it.
hiding by anything.
Listen, I push you out of your comfort zone. If anybody saw any of the clips that we've posted or on the YouTube, you could see this much of you on the podcast. Your face was covered, like your head was covered.
And,
it was this much.
was
Here I am, here's me and my feelings.
It must be so nice to just be the talent of the group instead of being
I don't accept
the
that.
producer, the writer, the director.
Okay. First of all,
What?
I'm sorry that you guys have to listen to us fight right now.
Every episode.
I made the content last week.
You did. Post-recording, you do handle a lot of the
Thank
work.
you. I edited
Never
it.
said you didn't.
I posted on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I posted on social media in preparation for the episode today.
Shout out to Descript, by the way. If you're liking our micro content
It's a good.
that's going out, this one over here,
Ooh. She done.
knocked it out.
Finished.
So that'll be better going forward.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm not just the talent.
Yeah, we spent like 10 or 15 minutes arguing in the last episode, so I'd like to shave that down. Maybe that could be the last thing we argue about whilst recording about sleep.
I love you.
Love you too. Sleep. What is it?
So
How do you get there? What does it do for you?
Okay, pause. So this is funny because this episode's about sleep today. I slept horribly last night, and I generally sleep very well. Like, I have dialed in my sleep, I feel like.
We've both invested a lot into optimizing our sleep.
And last night, went to bed at 9:30, 2:30 a.m. I sit up, and I'm like, oh, it feels like it's about 5:30. It's time to get up. Hit my screen, and I'm like, 2:30?
2:30.
In the morning, and I felt awake. I didn't feel stressed. I didn't feel anything. I was just like, man, I really kind of want a cup of coffee now. Should I wake him up?
After you knew it was 2:30, those thoughts were going through your head?
Yes.
Wow.
But I continued to lay there.
She did.
Anyway, and then you woke up feeling detached from your body, I'm assuming from not sleeping well. So how funny. Life is funny.
Look at that.
Look at God.
So we both prepared in very different ways, but I feel like, did you get any questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah, I did. I'm gonna wait to fill them in to your outline.
Okay,
I got some
great.
good stuff.
So you just kind of got them dialed in the nog.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then we will dive right in.
Yeah, what made us want to talk about sleep this week? Just curious how you got there. Because I'm just the talent.
I think it's just another piece of the puzzle, especially in regard to mental health. You see good sleep is like one of the top 3 things that people bring up, and we haven't talked about it yet. So it was probably like over a year ago now that we both put a lot of effort into figuring out what we need to do before bed in order to sleep better.
Yeah.
Went through a period of not sleeping very well at all.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it just feels like a natural next step for us. Cool. Segment 1.
All right.
The science behind sleep and stress.
Okay.
So there's going to be some information to chew on here. Feel free to interrupt, mesh.
I'd like to let you know I'm never afraid to do those things.
I know. I just want to, if I say it, then if I invite you to do it, then I won't feel frustrated that you do it. No, I'm kidding. Oh, we're back on cortisol. Sleep.
Yeah. Good.
Quality sleep. Mm-hmm. Or actually, I should take it back. Cortisol affects the quality of your sleep.
Yeah.
So I didn't get into the science of that. But it leads to basically the whole point of this conversation, which is if you are revving high,
yep,
if you are allowing your stress to become anxiety, it is going to negatively affect your sleep.
Because of your cortisol.
Because of cortisol.
And do you want your cortisol to be high or low?
Low.
Yeah, okay.
Cortisol is the stress hormone.
Yeah, I want a low cortisol most of the time.
Right.
Okay.
And I don't know if either of us truly knows what having low cortisol would feel like.
I took this supplement once, Relora.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I was so vibing on that supplement.
Okay.
I got it from my cover your ears, guys, OBGYN. And it just is like a vitamin. You can get it probably at HEB. Relora Plus. And I was just super mellow. Just like happy to be here type.
What made you stop taking it?
I ran out of it and it was like $60 a bottle and I just didn't feel like spending it.
Dang. So peace of mind isn't worth $60. You heard it here first.
I don't know what to tell you.
That's interesting. That leads back to the whole vomit thing we talked about last time. It was like, I feel like $60 is a very small price to pay to feel relaxed all the time.
Can I borrow $60?
Yeah, at the end of the week. So actually, I should have read a little bit further before I said that about cortisol. Apparently, cortisol is also what helps you wake up in the morning. So there's like a natural rhythm for the way your body's supposed to release it.
Okay.
It's supposed to spike in the morning, wakey, taper off towards the end of the day.
Sleepy.
But if you are a anxious person, obviously that cortisol stays revving.
I feel like coffee probably throws off your cortisol too. It can't figure up from down.
Okay. We had a caffeine episode lately.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling stressed because I feel like maybe all this caffeine is not good for us.
Yeah, we've been hitting it hard lately.
I've even dialed back. I haven't been drinking energy drinks at all.
Yeah, right.
But wake up 1 or 2 cups.
2 for me.
Usually.
Sometimes 3.
Within an hour, an iced version of a coffee.
Yeah, it's like what we look forward to in the mornings.
And then if I'm eating lunch, guess what's coming after lunch?
A coffee treat.
More coffee. And that seems like a lot.
Which would kind of explain things, you know what I mean? But it's just so fun getting a coffee treat.
Yeah. I don't even want a sweet treat.
No, I don't want it to be a sweet treat. A little salted caramel syrup. It's 2 pumps, not a lot of it.
Yeah, the 2 pumps.
Try it if you haven't. It is so good. It's not sweet. It's got a little to it. You know what I mean? A little
kick.
Zip zap. Yeah.
A little yang in there.
Yeah. I don't want to keep talking about it because I'm not ready to face that.
I'm
giant.
not either.
Yeah. Next.
So chronic stress can disrupt that natural rhythm.
Okay. Of your cortisol.
Leading to elevated nighttime cortisol levels, which will hinder your ability to fall asleep or stay asleep. Pretty cut and dry there.
That is cut and dry. Okay. So I asked Instagram about their experiences with anxiety as it correlates to their sleep.
Tell us what they said.
And it is funny because an alarming amount of ladies commented that they wake up between randomly, 2:30 and 4 every night, 2:30 and 4, feeling anxious. Like, remember those symptoms I shared from before, like the shaky, the chattering, I thought it was my blood sugar type.
Oh, yeah, the sugar shakes.
Upset tummy, sugar shakes, yeah, but it was definitely anxiety.
Yeah.
That's what they're experiencing. So I think that's definitely a cortisol thing. I think it's coming to that, like it's starting to move and it's like, I don't know what to do. So we're just going to wake up and feel panicked. out of a dead sleep, or they wake up and just cannot go back to sleep.
As the only representative of the masculine, I can honestly tell you that I've never woken up anxious in the middle of the night without a good reason. What
was the reason?
A loud noise wakes me up.
Oh, those wake you up.
A dream.
I've yet to experience that.
A loud noise.
Okay.
So if I wake up feeling like there's danger about, then I'm anxious for a while. My heart's beating. It takes me a while to fall back to sleep.
Yeah, you've woken me up in a terrified state before.
Anxiety has never woken me up. So I don't know if that is just a female thing.
I really do think it's got to do with hormones too, because I'm not a doctor, but I watch a lot of Instagram reels, and I'm pretty professional on this matter, but I feel like what I have learned is a woman's hormones reset throughout the night, and there's something about those hours between 2 and 4. We can get weird with that, right? Psychedelic, if you will, but we're going to keep it on the hormone side. That's called the witching hour.
Oh, right. Yeah.
We're not going to talk about that. But I believe that's when the hormones are like
How come we don't
resetting.
want to get weird?
Well, that's a whole other episode. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
That's a whole other topic.
'Cause I
This is
love
not what
weird.
me too.
Yeah.
That's not what we're doing here
Gotcha.
today. We're doing other weird stuff. But I think it's got a lot to do with the hormones too. And cortisol is a hormone, no? Yes? What is it?
Cortisol?
Yeah. Oh boy, not on the outline.
Yeah, stress hormone.
Yeah. Okay. So
The body's main stress hormone, if you will.
I think that falls in line with that, with the woman's hormones resetting throughout the night, and there's something in that window that the wires get a little crossed.
Dang. Okay.
Because I'm
Ladies.
telling you, the amount of women I've experienced, when I wake up, it's going to usually be between the hours of like 3 and 4. Last night it was 2:30. I think I was just ready to get up. But yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And feeling those same symptoms.
Yeah.
It was nuts. And I kind of was like, hey, maybe try to take a warm bath. That's what helped me.
Did you say that?
I did.
Okay.
So if you're listening and you're like, I wake up, feeling anxious for no reason in the middle of a dead sleep, get up, take a quick warm bath, 5 minutes, right? Reset your sleepy. You'll go right back to bed. That's what always, by the time I actually made myself get up and get in the bathtub and kind of reset, calm myself, I was so ready to go back to sleep. That's what has helped me. But also, I want to mention, I've been taking a supplement too called L-theanine, one before bed. And it's supposed to help, it's like that Relora I took. Like, it's like supposed to calm you down. And also help you get more restful sleep. It's not like a melatonin or something like that, or a Benadryl. This is like an actual, it's good for your body. It doesn't have any you're not dependent on it to sleep.
Yeah.
It will just help.
Right.
L-theanine. I got some at HEB last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So, L-theanine, Relora, if you have the extra $60.
No, magnesium too. Y'all are sleeping or not sleeping on magnesium. That is a big one for sleep. It's so good for so many things.
You're doing a lot of finger waving on this episode.
I'm sorry. I'm passionate about supplements. But I will tell y'all this. I had to take a break from magnesium because I've been stopping eating way earlier in the evening because I go to bed sometimes early, but I've been staying up a little bit later lately. So by the time I go to bed and take my magnesium, my stomach is empty. And I think it wrecked my stomach. My stomach hurt so bad. I was feeling nauseous all the time. Yeah. So magnesium, it's going to help with your sleep for sure. It's a great supplement. Great. And it's a good for anxiety and stress too.
But don't take it on an empty stomach.
No. And right now I'm taking, when I think about it, magnesium triglyceride. Does that sound like what's on the counter downstairs?
Couldn't tell you.
It's a liquid. Been trying to remember to take it with dinner. Haven't been so good about that, but that's supposed to really help too.
Gotcha. All right. Well, just to close off that little bit about the cortisol, the lack of sleep can create a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
Where the increased stress hormone levels lead to more sleep disturbances. More sleep disturbances lead to the next day you having heightened anxiety, leading to here we go, It's even less of an up and down and more of a just a...
And more caffeine.
More caffeine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the role of the amygdala, which is really fun to say.
I'm reading about that in my Anxiety RX book.
Hit me with what you know.
Well, I can't just off the cuff, but that word's a lot in that book.
So the amygdala is part of your brain.
Right.
And its function is your brain's alarm center. It's just another one of those things where sleep deprivation messes with the way that your body and your mind communicate.
Yeah.
Going back to that whole mind-body connection thing from last time.
Well, and also sleep deprivation, it affects your diet, how you're eating. I feel like when I'm not getting a lot of sleep, I'm more prone to just be like, I'm just going to order pizza.
Interesting you should say that, because research shows that sleep deprived individuals show hyperreactivity to the amygdala, making them more sensitive to negative stimuli.
I hate what
or
you're doing to me right
perceived
now.
Threats.
Why are you doing that?
I don't know.
Oh, my fight or flight was just activated.
Did you even hear what I said?
No!
It makes you more reactive to negative stimuli or perceived threats.
Yeah.
Sleep deprivation makes you more on edge. Yeah.
Yeah.
More on edge.
That makes sense.
And more emotional reactivity, impulsivity, ordering the pizza, and anxiety during the day after a poor night's sleep.
Sometimes, not last night, I've gotten a lot better about this because it doesn't happen as often. I used to obsess about getting enough sleep. And then if I either went to bed late and knew I had to get up early, I would just be thinking about how grumpy and tired I'm going to be tomorrow. And it would just perpetuate.
You get pre-grumpy.
Pre-grumpy. I'm already setting myself up for failure with that attitude.
Right.
And it prohibits me from falling asleep because I'm just thinking about how tired I'm going to be tomorrow.
Yeah. That's a whole other cycle in and of itself.
Yeah.
No good.
No.
No good at all.
Are you hitting insomnia? I see that one there because I got something to say about it.
So sleep disorders and anxiety is
Yeah.
there's going to be just a little bit of the connections there. So insomnia, and that how that can just lead to sleepiness and vice versa.
Yeah. So somebody also mentioned that when they're feeling very anxious, they only get about 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night tops. That's it.
That's no good. It's like
no good. Yeah. Literally cannot sleep. But let me tell you this, at least 3 other people, and this was very interesting to me, wrote, sometimes they are so anxious, all they can do is sleep. They sleep more.
Oh, that sounds more like depression.
Okay, because I thought like it was your anxiety rolling into depression, or is it because your body was in such a heightened state that it is just worn out?
Maybe. I'm not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor either, but I thought that was very interesting.
That is
so
pretty
anxious, all you can do is sleep.
Are these all the same shorties from before? Or are we talking
Different
about a whole
set of shorties.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
You get way more engagement on your social than I do.
Yeah.
If I had put that question, it'd have been like one person with a laughing face, and it'd be like, "Why'd you even send that?" Nightmares and night terrors. Those are just tied to if you have a stress.
Somebody also wrote about.
So hold on,
nightmares.
real quick. If you heard the level of gasp just then, it sounded like someone just ran into the room with a chainsaw.
I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, so I'm a heightened sense.
Hit me with your real world example.
No, somebody just wrote in like when they are anxious, they have insomnia and nightmares. I don't know that I've ever had like a nightmare, but when
You've never had a nightmare?
I don't know.
Really? I think you've described nightmares to me before. Not night terror.
Were they just like scenarios or they were nightmares?
I think so.
Well,
I think anytime you have a dream that's not nice, it's a nightmare.
Okay,
right?
well, let me tell you my experience.
All right, go ahead, please.
So when I am feeling very upset at a person, big feelings towards them, whether that is like you or literally anybody else that has upset me,
Anyone who's crossed your path.
anybody that has crossed me, and I go to bed thinking about it, I have a dream where I am just verbally assaulting these people.
Oh, yeah. When you said I have a dream, I thought of Martin Luther King. But it sounds like the opposite of his dream.
The opposite. And I go in and I say things I would never say in real life or even think of. I keep hitting this microphone.
You've given me examples of that before.
Yeah. And I wake up like, it's really nice to have that handled. Is that a nightmare?
No, I don't know. I'm no doctor.
I mean, I've had dreams where I've woken up crying.
Oh.
Have you?
Dreams? I don't think so. I don't think
You've
I've ever...
had... No? I'm going to flip the script. I feel like you've told me that.
Okay.
Where you've woken up crying. I remember as a kid having a dream my mom died and I woke up crying. That is a nightmare.
Yeah. I've had a dream where I woke up crying. I can't remember the dream at the moment, but I do remember waking up crying. For sure.
You're like an active dreamer. Much less now, I think, that we're getting a little bit older.
Big time active sleeper.
Active sleeper. I've woken up to you throwing yourself over me as if somebody was about to shoot us.
Mm-hmm. Taking care of you even in my sleep.
And you're like, oh, are you okay? Oh. And I'm like, I was, and now I'm... And then you go right back to sleep, and I'm lying there with my heart racing. Like, what just happened? One time you woke up throwing the covers off, banging on the bed as if there was a spider in the bed. And you were like, I don't know if it was real or not. And I'm like, how am I supposed to go back to sleep? And here you are just back to sleep.
Well, how about the time that I dreamt that there was a snake in the bed and then you waited for me to fall back asleep and then ran your foot up my leg? That was good.
That's what you get.
Okay, so I guess this actually the next thing that's tied to sleep disorders and anxiety is actually sleep-related panic attacks, which sounds like
a large chunk of my adult life.
Well, and also the shorties.
Yeah, the shorties. Yes, ladies, listen. If you are waking up from your sleep, okay, and you are just all of a sudden, I'm shaking,
jolted awake,
whether you're thinking about something or not, you are waking up with a panic attack. Don't be alarmed. I think this is normal.
And you still recommend the
yeah, I recommend. Don't just lie there and try to get it together.
Maybe like a little bit of lavender oil or...
I don't know if that works.
Too much?
Maybe it'll work for you guys. Yeah, get a little lavender oil. Just go turn on the bath. If it wakes up the house, they'll be fine. It probably won't.
If you're married or if there's a guy in the room, he'll fall right back asleep.
Yeah, don't worry about him. He'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
Just... quick bath, get it warm, get your neck down, get everything under. Calm yourself. You'll start to feel sleepy. I'm telling you, 5 to 10 minutes, go back to bed.
Personal guarantee, Stephanie.
Yeah,
Davis.
let's cut it from 2:30 to 4. Let's cut it from like 2:30 to 3:15. You're finished. You're going back to bed. This is totally normal, right?
That's a long time still.
Well, I mean, we're going to cut it. We're going to figure it out. Just start there.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. And it's your alarm system going off, right? Your amygdala is like, uh-oh, we're feeling something. It's time. And then your mind is like, oh, wait, we got to cut. There's an alarm. We have to come up with something.
Yeah.
And
then you start thinking about all the things that could be wrong. Yeah, then you start
making up stories in your head. And it's like, shut it down.
Yeah.
Hand on your chest. Make yourself present, right? I'm in my bed. I'm touching my husband's hairy back. I have my hands on my sheets, and I'm going to get up and take a warm bath.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. But also try to take some sleepy stuff, like a magnesium before bed. See if it helps.
Yeah. I wish we could pull the audience right now to be like, how often is this happening to you?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I was very surprised to hear that.
Did you follow up with any questions in that?
I did ask I got to go back and look. I did have a couple conversations about this.
While you're looking, this one's not going to be one that either of us is going to talk about because we don't have experience with it. But obstructive sleep apnea apparently can play into anxiety disorders quite heavily.
Wait, what is it?
Obstructive sleep apnea.
What is that?
Apnea, when you can't breathe.
Thick throat?
Yeah. Okay, we're not laughing or making jokes about apnea. It's a medical condition.
It's a thick throat. I had it when I was pregnant. Remember?
Did you have to wear a mask?
No, I just got through it.
Okay.
Remember my throat was like, you could hear it breathing?
Well, yeah, but I think, were you diagnosed with sleep apnea in your pregnancy?
No, I just had a thick throat because everything just was thicker when I was pregnant.
Okay, well, I think that, if you have to wear a breathing machine is what it's talking about here.
Okay.
Go on with your thick throat.
That's all.
I thought you had something to share.
That's it. I'm looking at these conversations I was having.
Okay. Should I move on?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay. Basically just sleep influences your mood, your cognition, and your overall mental health. That's pretty, we didn't even need to say that. But if you're getting poor sleep, if you're one of these people that's like, oh, I'm a night owl, I don't go to bed till...
Yeah.
It's not true. You're fooling yourself. You need to get some good sleep so that you can operate well throughout the day. Now, that being said,
yes,
shout out to the nurses. Shout out to the EMTs.
My mother.
The whatever else people go to an ambulance. There's a distinction. I'm not sure which one it is.
Paramedic and an EMT.
I don't know if that means one gets to drive or one gets to
whatever. You're all important.
Give you I think maybe only one can give medicine.
That's the one I want picking me up.
Shout out to you guys, keeping society healthy at nighttime. Mm-hmm. But it is not good for you.
It's so bad for your health. I worry about my mom.
Your goal should be to only do that for a few years. Get some experience under your belt, then move into the day shift at a better hourly rate. We're going off the deep end.
I think it's better at nighttime, better hourly rate.
I just mean with more experience, you can negotiate user leverage.
Is that what you did when you were an EMT?
That's what I did when I was a UPS driver. I used to work from 2:30 to 8:30 every day, a.m. to a.m.
It was 2:30? I thought it was like 4 a.m.
During the Christmas season, it goes up earlier.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for your service.
My services, I was pleased to provide them.
Okay.
To society.
Anyway, listen, let's get back on track here. Thanks again for all of that. You can tell when I'm super anxious because I stay up late. Right. I start staying up a little bit later. I'm way better than I used to be.
Yeah. I wonder why that is.
I think it's because it's like...
Oh! No, I think it's because there's less stimulus at night.
Less stimulus at night and then dread of starting it all over again tomorrow.
That's the sad part of it.
When I was at the height of my anxiety, like back when we first got married, I'd be fine all day long. And then once the sun would start going down, my anxiety would kick up.
Oh, okay. Why is that? I thought
I also had a couple conversations about that with ladies, where it's like once the sun starts going down, it's like, all right, here we go. Buckle up. Nighttime's coming.
Really?
Yeah.
Women.
Yeah.
What is it with you guys? And the anxiety being tied to the sun.
I don't know. It could be the unreasonable expectations on us as women. It could be, we got to work like 10 times harder just to get the same thing. Also run a household, be a mother, take care of ourselves, wash our hair. Oh. I could go on.
I just meant, what is it with y'all in the nighttime cycles? Why is it when the sun goes down and then again during the witching hour? I think that's there's something there to that.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I think it's...
I didn't mean to knock you off of your soapbox because I feel like it is an important discussion. Maybe not for this podcast.
Oh, what podcast should we have it on?
Flipping the barrel, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Shout out to those ladies. They get it.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. I just meant that's not what I was saying. I wasn't saying why are you stressed. I meant what is it about those two time periods that is linked to it?
I think because it starts to get quiet in the nighttime, right? And then it's like you're like you said, like there's not a lot of distractions. You're kind of left alone with maybe the thoughts you were avoiding all day.
Yeah.
Etc.
Interesting.
Because you were doing
life
10 times more things than men usually do.
Right.
Yeah.
So
but you're a great guy.
The societal impact.
You do so much. I love you.
Okay, sure. If you say so. The societal impact of sleep deprivation.
Okay.
We could talk about that for a long time because I think about this a lot.
Okay.
But like, how often are we going through life being affected by other people, being really judgmental of their actions, with having no idea what they're going through? You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's your responsibility how you react to things.
Yeah.
But you got to think about all the things we've talked about since we started doing this show. Someone could be struggling with, and if they honk at you whenever you're trying to get over, or they don't let you merge. And
maybe they just didn't sleep good.
That's where I was going with that, but thank you for putting the punctuation on it for me. Sleep also plays a huge role in your resilience and how you cope with stress. So if you tie all that together with what we've talked about in the past, which is anxiety is like uncontrolled stress, then sleep would play a huge role in your ability to keep it at stress.
Yeah.
Here's where you're going to shine. Sleep hygiene, creating an optimal sleep environment.
I love it.
Ambiance. Ambiance, as the French would say. Dark, quiet, and cool environment. Now,
68 degrees.
and when I tell y'all that we sleep like we're in a hotel every night,
Money is no object.
it's not an exaggeration. I talk to people on a regular basis lately about this, where they're like, "Oh yeah, I keep it pretty cool at night." 72. I'm like, I would be sweating through the sheets if it was 72. in my
If
house.
I was at your house and I went to sleep and it was on 72,
You wouldn't go to sleep, first of all.
I would and I've done this before, turn the air down and leave you $20 on the kitchen counter in the morning. B, I would just pack my things and go somewhere else.
Yeah, if I was at your house and it was 72 degrees at night, I wouldn't be at your house.
Yeah, you without knowing it, you're ruining my next 2 days.
What is it? All due respect.
All respectfully, you're ruining my next 2 days.
Yeah, never.
Never. And also, let me tell you guys something. I think people listening to this that don't get it, they're going to think I'm nuts. But every person I've told this to, and they've actually done it, I'm not kidding you, have said, "Oh my gosh, you were right.
Hit it. What are we talking about?
The top sheet. Ditch it."
Yeah.
We could not figure out why it was so cold outside of our bed. We had a top sheet and a thin blanket. We were so hot. Got rid of the top sheet.
Gone.
Guys, we just have a nice little fleecy blanket with a little quilt over top.
So soft.
Oh, so soft on the body.
Like butter.
But I'm telling you guys, get rid of your top sheet, okay? If you're keeping your AC on 72, for sure get rid of your top sheet. But that's a life hack. Magnesium and the top sheet. Out of here.
I like how you just keep on replugging the magnesium thing. That's going to be what people take away from this.
I hope it is. Anyway, 68 in our house. If we have to skip dinner for 3 weeks just to be able to afford to keep our AC on 68, I'd do it.
It hasn't come to that?
No,
But if it did, I would honestly be willing to.
I'd get like a part-time job at the outlet mall just to keep the AC on 68. Yeah?
Yes.
I'm not.
I would pressure wash houses on the weekends in order to keep the AC on 68.
I will say pressure washing is quite delightful, so that kind of sounds like fun.
Yeah. Or we could pressure wash the outlet mall.
Twofer. My first job was at the outlet mall. Anyway, yes,
Blackout
it's
curtains.
the ambiance. Yeah, you gotta have the blackout curtains.
Blackout curtains, earplugs. I can't imagine sleeping in earplugs. And white noise machines. Now, here's where...
Jury's out on the white noise.
We did it for probably 10 years, white noise. No.
No,
Well, a sound machine of some kind for
Yeah.
like 10 years.
Yeah.
We're not doing any... We're raw dog in the nighttime now.
I think it's honestly bad for your ear health, like your long-term hearing.
I don't know anything about that.
I do.
I just know that we have a little
Air purifier.
air purifier, and that makes a nice noise.
You could barely hear it.
Yeah.
Just something to cut out the spooky noises. Honestly, that's why I like to have like a sound machine or a fan on, because I got to cut out the spooky noise. I'm still scared of the dark and everything in it.
I'm going to see if I end up looking like a goon leaning over like this. I just kind of feel like doing that.
Oh, you look like a cool dude right now. Like
Yeah,
you're
cool guy.
cool. Yeah.
I feel cool.
You look cool.
Bedding. You already talked about this.
Yeah, top sheet out of here.
The role of comfortable mattress and pillows and the periodic need for replacements. That's not on
Let's
this
talk
podcast.
let's talk about this. We've done this once again so y'all don't have to do it. Pillows.
Hit them.
You need a knee pillow. It's going to take a week or so to get used to it. Get a pillow, hit it between your knees, open up your hips, okay? You roll over in the night, it's a thing, but it's fine. You'll get used to it. Also, what we like to call a snuggle pillow. Do you want to tell them what the snuggle pillow is?
Yeah, I experimented with for a while, and then I don't use it anymore, and that's because I generally sleep on my back.
You do. It's so weird, and I'm jealous.
But what we're talking about here is really maintaining the structural integrity of your spine while you sleep. So, knee pillow keeps them legs a little bit more separated than they would be, and keeps you from rotating your hips and keeps your spine in alignment.
And it's just cozy, guys.
And then in terms of the snuggle pillow, same basic thing. Instead, if you're laying on your side and you're not snuggling a pillow or a person, you're kind of just folding in.
Yeah, I would wake up for years with like my limbs went numb. But when I incorporated the snuggle pillow like this, I'm good.
And we're not talking about a specialty item. We're just talking about another
two pillows. Yeah, just another pillow.
Honestly, if we're getting prime sleep, space is no object, 4 pillows a person.
Yeah. When we go to a hotel,
4 pillows.
we're like, you're gonna need to bring up 3 more pillows.
Easily. Yeah, I'm not afraid to ask for more pillows.
They love it.
But yeah, so if I'm sleeping on my back, if I'm optimized and like not cuddling, like if I went out of town not too long ago, I laid on my back, pillow behind my head naturally, that's the default, pillow under my knees, pillow under each elbow essentially. So I'm like in a sleep throne.
This is you.
Didn't move the whole night. Woke up recharged.
You didn't move once?
I was
you're a psychopath.
optimized. I didn't need to move. You're moving to get comfortable.
No, that's insane to me. For
the listening audience, I just very cockily took a sip of my iced coffee.
It was weird. You're insane.
I mean, I might have moved, but I'm not aware of it. And I woke up pretty similar to the way I fell asleep.
That's so weird to me. I can't imagine. But I wish I could train myself to sleep on my back. I can't do it.
I did this right before I fell asleep, I did this guided meditation of like addressing my inner child, cried, and fell asleep.
You crowed and went to sleep.
Yeah.
Usually pretty good sleep after you cry.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We should actually talk about that kind of inner child kind of stuff more.
We both have 2 strong experiences to share about it. Yeah. Let's hit it next week. Yeah. That's good.
And I also want to talk about ADHD. Go ahead. Oh, it's actually me. I need to go ahead. The bedding. Electronics. You need to remove or silence devices that might emit light or sound. I can recall years ago, there was a time where I looked up in the middle of our night and there was like 6 different lights from like a TV.
The button.
We had a monitor in the corner. Ugh. A computer. The phone charger. Like the phone chargers had that little status light. First of all, I made it to where I'm no longer charging my phone in the bedroom. It's out of the room altogether. The only people that need to reach me can reach Steph.
No, they can't because my phone's on sleep mode. Nobody's going to be able to reach this family in the night.
We sleep like it's the 90s in our house.
We'll handle it when we wake up in the morning.
Yeah, what are we going to do at 2 a.m.?
I got it. I'm useless. It's going to mess up the next... I'm not going to be able to make a sound decision.
So yeah, no more phone or anything charging next to my bed.
Yeah, it's all on me. So
yours, I feel like we were on board with that, but then I feel like you just didn't end up.
What do you use for an alarm clock these days? One with the blinky lights? I don't want that.
I bet somebody makes an alarm now that doesn't even have lights and just makes like the same sound as an iPhone would. I bet we could find one. That's neither here nor there. Relaxation techniques. I actually miss and need to go back to stretching every night before bed.
We used to do it as a family before bed.
Yeah. So meditation, deep breathing, and progressive muscle relaxation, which is basically what we were doing with our stretching routine.
I got my best recovery when I was still wearing a fitness watch. My best recovery sleep would be after I would do, look it up on YouTube. It's a 45-minute. It's called Lazy Yin Yoga. I think the girl's name's like Carissa or something. It was the best, like stretch before bed.
Yeah.
I would sometimes fall asleep during it.
Yes, very regular.
Lazy Yin Yoga, and it's for people who are like anxious or whatever. I got my best recovery after that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about those watches because I always felt like they were full of crap whenever I was trying to wear it to track my sleep. I would feel like I would wake up recharged and ready for the day. And then that sleep report would come in and be like, you slept like trash. And I'd be like, wait, what?
Now I feel like trash.
Or vice versa. It'd be like, hey, great job sleeping last night. And I'd be like, what? I woke 7 times and peed 3 times. What are you talking about?
I don't feel like that's ever happened to you.
It did.
It didn't.
At least once.
It didn't.
Anyway, if you're into the sleep tracking with...
I quit wearing a smartwatch months ago. 2 months ago at least. And
tell us why.
No regrets. It was a source of anxiety for me. I was obsessed with it. Now I just exercise and enjoy it. I just go on a walk, and I'm not really sure how far I'm walking. Just kind of look at the time that I started, look at the time that I ended.
Letting the wind take you.
I'm just, out here raw dogging life and fitness, and I love it.
I like that too. Just doing it for you.
It's more fun, yeah.
Yeah, you would get caught up on like making sure you started the workout, and I'd be like, this watch does not need to know everything about me.
And then I'd be like, my heart's racing, and it's like, your heart rate's 82, and I'm like, first of all, I don't think it's ever been 82.
Right.
Second of all, I can't even breathe right now. It was never right.
Yeah. No thanks.
Anyway, I quit wearing one. So if anybody wants to buy a Garmin, I got one. I'll give you a good price.
Wink, wink, for those that are just listening. The importance of routine. Consistent wake and sleep times.
Yes.
That's definitely something we've honed in on very recently.
Yes.
Pre-sleep rituals. We're not great at that.
No.
But we also fall asleep pretty quickly, so we figured it out.
Yeah.
Avoiding big meals or caffeine before bed. Yeah, I mean, pretty self-explanatory there. But I think it used to be people would say, like, if you ate a nice big meal before bed, it helped you sleep.
Ugh, never. I've got some of my worst sleep from eating late.
Even aside from the physical ramifications of that, like having a full belly, I think it's just proven that, like, the chemicals that get released when you're breaking down food keep you...
Like my blood sugar's just all good.
Yeah.
I'd wake up sweaty. Not good.
All right, limiting screen time and the influence of blue light. Here's where we're both not good at still. But it's, like I said, we're doing all right.
That's a problem.
Blue light's impact can suppress melatonin production, which is a hormone essential for sleep. Maybe we should do an experiment. But if you're taking the
supplement melatonin, please stop or look up the studies on it. That's all I'm going to say. Well, take magnesium or something else.
Well, give us a little bit of the melatonin.
Well, so melatonin, it's like proven to, like, people are getting Alzheimer's after, like, people that have taken melatonin for years are more susceptible to, like, Alzheimer's and stuff.
This is a theory, or this is something that's true?
It's true.
Because you're taking on big melatonin right now.
I'll take on big melatonin. At melatonin, you're not a friend of the show.
Or team magnesium. Is it magnesium?
Magnesium.
Yeah. Magnesium all day. Melatonin can take a walk.
And L-theanine if you're feeling crazy.
Right. Screen filters. We do night mode. I mean, at least I do night mode. My phone turns yellow.
Yeah.
Electronic curfew an hour before bed. I do think that would be a good practice, but also, like,
we're too into Harry Potter right now. We can't do that.
Harry Potter.
We've never seen Harry Potter before. We just started the 3rd one last night.
The Prisoner of Azkaban.
We've been staying up a little late.
Yeah. It's fun.
It's fun.
I've really enjoyed being one of the people that hadn't watched Harry Potter. Just because it's fun to tell people. Like,
they can't handle it.
Yeah, it's fun.
But it's pretty good so far. Not to sound like a nerd, but I like it.
It's good. And they're all growing up so fast.
Man, it's fun seeing those kids grow up, you know?
Yep. Harry Potter. I was trying to think of the guy whose name you're not supposed to say, and I can't think of it.
Is it Voldemort?
There you go. Oh, you should have done that. Non-screen activities like board games and puzzles and journaling before bed. I'm not going to just play Monopoly every night before bed, folks.
Just throwing the dice.
That's my primary.
Hit and go. No, thanks.
That's my primary Instagram time.
No, yeah.
Diet and exercise and promoting better sleep. Guys, we're back to episode 1. Hit your walks. Eat well hydrated. It improves your sleep. It improves your next day.
You know,
it's a cycle.
You know what messes with my sleep?
Tell us.
Alcohol. And I am envious of the people that can have like 2 drinks and sleep like a baby.
But are they sleeping?
I, however, have 1 drink, maybe 2. I'll sleep for a solid 4 hours, and then I'm wide awake.
At the
I'm
witching
sweaty. Yes, and I cannot go back to sleep, and then my guts are queasy the next day, and it's just like some people can drink, go to bed, and sleep till 10 o'clock the next morning. I can't do that. I've never been able to do that.
I'd like to know if they really are sleeping well, though.
Well, they're sleeping long. How about that? I can't do it. It ruins my sleep. Even if I have maybe like one drink at 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. It's going to get me.
Yeah. Oh, really? Like if we go to somewhere, have a little cocktail at dinner time, you do have a negatively impact.
Elevates my heart rate substantially.
When to seek professional help and potential treatments. Basically, you got to pay attention if you're having a chronic issue. If you're having chronic insomnia or other sleep disorders, you can reach out to sleep specialists. I've actually never done a sleep study, but we know somebody who was supposed to, went to the place, and the place stressed him out so much that he left and never went back. But I think they hook you up.
No. They hook you up in what? Put you in a room with a window, a glass mirror.
They put you in a room with cameras watching you.
No.
With all these sensors on you. And they're like, sleep now.
Yeah, go to sleep while we watch you. No, like, it's 2023. Surely it exists where it's like, take this, put it on your nippies, go to bed, wear it for 12 hours or whatever, and we'll check it.
Hey,
if they're like, hey,
send me something to put on my nipples and I'll do it.
I'm not doing a sleep study like that.
No, if that's still a thing.
How many pillows are they giving you?
I guarantee you it's not 4.
Did you mention trying to turn over all these wires, get the knee pillow situated? You're ripping them out of your skin.
Yeah, hopefully they've come up with something new by then. Just like a sheet that reads
It's 2023, right?
Man, it goes back to cognitive behavioral therapy again. It can be a treatment for all of these sleep disorders. We should get somebody on who either practitions that or has been through cognitive behavior therapy.
You know what? I would like to know. So cognitive behavioral therapy, what does that even mean?
I don't know.
Is it just therapy? A therapist?
You want me to Google it real quick?
Yeah.
Talk for a second while I do that.
Okay, cognitive behavioral therapy. So if it's just like talk therapy, yes, do that. Also, do something like a somatic breath work. Try that lazy yin yoga. Like, do something.
Form of psychological treatment that has been demonstrated to be effective for... That doesn't answer the question.
So
Keep
vague.
going.
Right. I guess that's just possible to have...
It's possible... Hey, let me read. Teaches people that it's possible to have control over your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. I want to figure out what it actually is. I don't want to spend any more time looking at the screen.
Yeah, I didn't love that definition. Yeah, go talk to somebody, okay? Talk to somebody. Maybe you need some medication. Maybe you just need to speak to somebody. Maybe you need a different type of therapy. We've got the somatic breath work. We've got somatic stretching. That has appeared on my Instagram reels. There are so many things... There's so many things available to you in 2023 on the internet where if you are too nervous or maybe can't afford to call a therapist, get into this stuff. Like, it's all at our fingertips. Look into something. Try something just to help yourself.
Yep.
Do that, because it's a huge bummer thinking about people that have insomnia, right? Or are scared to go to sleep. How that affects them, their day-to-day, their relationships, the people that they love, the people that love them. It's like, oh gosh, like if it really is, if they could just get good sleep, their lives would change.
Do it.
Do it, but also that's a bummer, man. Anyway, 2023, find something. Reach out to us. We're happy to like point you in the right direction, give you somebody's phone number.
Yeah.
Get good sleep. Please prioritize it. So important.
Yeah, get good sleep. There's so much to do. The more you dig into this kind of stuff, it can get overwhelming thinking about like, oh, now I got to fix this. Now like this is something that I need to fix.
No.
But you just got to just do the one thing.
Fix your sleep. Try at least.
And then I guarantee you, this is how it works. It's like a compounding effort. Once you get the sleep dialed in, then you're like, okay, that's part of my routine. Now I'll add something else. I'll figure out why I punch holes in the drywall every time my team loses or whatever the case may be.
I feel like I may have just sounded like, just fix your sleep. I understand that can be almost impossible or feel impossible. I'm not trying to say just fix it. It's got to be easy. No, nothing is actually that easy. What I'm saying is there are so many things at your fingertips that you can just try. Get out of your comfort zone. Like, oh, I'm not going to do that. That sounds weird. What do you have to lose? Just do something weird, right? Do a somatic stretch, right? Hey, that sounds weird. Great. Try it and then let me know how it works.
And as a general rule, the weird stuff is like where the fun stuff is. Get weird.
When it comes to, right, this feels weird. What you just said. I don't like that.
Most of my favorite things are weird. So get out there and try some weird stuff.
Give us some examples. This is making me uncomfortable.
Somatic breath work.
Yeah.
If we're talking to somebody who is just like a standard American fella, right? Loves football, roots for teams he's never been on, and schools he never went to, wears dude shoes.
Yeah.
He'd be like, what are you talking about? But let me tell you something. I get that guy in a room.
Mm-hmm. Get him breathing.
Game over.
He's crying and he's sleeping.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got knee pillows, snuggle pillows.
Because what weird really means is it makes me uncomfortable.
Right.
And what's on the other side of being uncomfortable?
Comfort.
You heard it here first, folks.
So, moral of the story, get weird, sleep better.
Get weird, sleep better, live better.
But for real though, try something, anything. If you research how can I get better sleep and you're like, that sounds weird, that means you have to do it.
Agreed. You guys see the sweater she's wearing? She looks so cute in it.
Thank you. It's kind of itchy.
Was that all the input from the Instagram shorties?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
Earlier in the show, I felt like you tried to pit me against our female listeners. So I just want to say, women, I cannot sympathize with you because I am a middle-aged white man.
Are you middle-aged? Are we middle-aged?
Maybe early middle-aged. I don't know.
We're not.
But I can empathize and do. And I was not implying that, what are you anxious about? What I was saying was...
I know, you're a good man. You're
what
an
are
exception.
What we need to dig into the witching hour. What in y'all's history is playing into you waking up stressed out in the middle of the night? Probably
Men.
the fact that y'all were getting drowned in the Salem witch trials.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
There's something
and
to
it was
that.
just our hormones. It was just PMS.
We do need to get someone who really knows about hormones on the show, because I strongly agree that hormones are at the top of the list of things that play into everything we talk about.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Anyway, every single thing, we can get into the hippie thing more,
Oh, we love hippie stuff.
but every single thing you think about, like, that is wrong with, like, our medical system or our food, it all affects hormones. It's crazy to think about. Anyway, sleep.
Getting weird. And magnesium.
I was trying to think of who was. I think it's Nas that said sleep. He never sleeps because sleep is the cousin of death. Well, Nas, I have something to tell you. You need to get more sleep, sir.
Hell to the nose.
He's probably... We can end on that note. That was great.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. We love you.
Go for a walk, have some water, and try to take a little magnesium before you go to bed tonight.
And take a bath if you wake up anxious.
Yeah, ladies, do it. I'm telling you, it's going to change your life.
Good night.